A story that is making headlines around the world, an unprecedented, albeit controversial, new discovery is shedding light on a mystery that dates back millennia, many millennia. Italian and Scottish researchers, mainly from the University of Pisa, conducted advanced high-frequency radar mapping under Egypt's famous pyramids. They claim to have discovered wells, caverns, and shafts that are more than 2,000 feet underground. If accurate, it changes the face of history as we know it. Here to talk more about it is Dr. Galit Ben-Tovel, an Egyptologist and author of the book, The Messiah Code. Hi, Galit.
Hi, Emily. Great to be here.
So this is very exciting. We've done a lot of stories in the past, about Egypt, but this is something that you couldn't really make up. But the fact is, this is an interesting scientific study, yet it is controversial. So explain what they discovered and why it's controversial.
Okay. So what they discovered, basically, they sent some pictures coming from the satellite from space, looking at the surface underground, the main pyramid of Giza, the pyramid of the king, of Pharaoh Khufu. Now, we know back till now that this pyramid, was dated to 2600 BC. And what the archaeologists wanted to discover is we have something beneath the soil, beneath the ground of this pyramid. So with a technology that I cannot explain because I'm not specializing in this kind of technology, they managed to get some data from the infrastructure that is beneath the soil, beneath the ground. And what they discover is, if you want spiral hallways, I don't know how many of them, but that could lead maybe to an hypothesis, a thesis that maybe we have there an ancient technology.
Wow. Well, people have said this for years, that the Egyptians knew something. I mean, we know that the pyramids are said to be aiming toward the Orion belt. So, we know that they had things that that predated modern man. So with that, how do they explain it? Because they've made AI, they've made renderings, and you're seeing cylinders and it looks like a battery or a generator or some kind of, solar energy.
Like an ancient generator, but we have to say that they reconstructed from the data that they collected from the photographs that they had from the satellite from space. So the reconstruction with the 3D model with AI and all the newest technology that we have, it doesn't mean that this is exactly what they saw. It means that the AI, the intelligence, reconstructed, what they think they saw, beneath the soil. But I have to say that the pyramid and the mystery of the pyramid, why they were built, some scholars will say that they were meant to be for tombs, the tombs of the first pharaohs. But many years, I think for the last years, people are starting to doubt that, whether it was really the purpose of tomb, or maybe the tomb was maybe a secondary use, or maybe not at all. And why is that? Also because the pyramid themselves, not only because they were pointed to the stars, but they were covered, especially the top part of the pyramid was covered with gold.
Really?
So when we think about the solar energy of today, how we are using the solar energy, to heat and to do many things, it's a whole energy. So maybe the ancient Egyptian, used the same energy. Now, if we are willing to think that the ancient civilization were not so primitive, and maybe they knew things that we also are discovering them today, and maybe the history is not a linear history, but goes more in how we call it spiral
right.
history. So maybe this ancient civilization, whether it was the ancient Egyptian or even a prior civilization to the ancient Egyptian, used the solar energy or a different kind of energy that we are not aware of it today, we have to open this question.
Right. All right, we have 20 seconds. Say quickly, because the meaning of the word pyramid.
Okay, the meaning of the word pyramid in ancient Egyptian means the pillar.
Wow.
Now, if it's the pillar, when we see the shape of a pyramid, we don't see a pillar, we see a shape of a pyramid.
And
so where is the pillar? So if it was for technology, maybe it was a kind of, if you want, a pillar of light, a pillar of fire, and maybe this is the pillar of fire from the story of Exodus.
Wow. Okay, that'll be saved for another day, to how it's going to explain the story of Exodus. Save it for next time. Thank you very much, Dr. Galit Ben-Tovel. Thank you all for watching.